Okay. Hi guys. This video is about Efrons bias coin, which is a technique used to randomize patients to treatment assignments. One way to do it is with a technique known as just a coin flip. You literally take a coin and you flip it, and you make a decision roll. Typically heads. The decision roll would be heads. They go to the control, and tails would be the treatment, something like that. So then you take your coin and you'd flip it. This one was a tails, so they're going to the treatment. And then you do that a bunch of times. This works perfectly fine if you have, that's gonna sound awful. Anyways, if you have, I'm just making up an arbitrary number, but like more than 100 people, be roughly 50-50. So you'll have roughly 50 patients in the control, roughly 50 in the treatment, plus or minus 3 or 4 or whatever. And so, but what do you do if you want, if you have equal number of patients in each treatment, that's called balanced. Or in this case, it doesn't guarantee balance, it'll guarantee approximately balanced. Way to guarantee balance is to use permuted block randomization. Anyways, what do you do though if you have n less than, say, so what if n is less than or equal to 20 or 30? Because if you have n equals 20, ideally 10 patients in the treatment, 10 patients in the control. But just using a coin flip, you might get 13 patients in the treatment, 7 in the control, or 14 and 6, or 11 and 9, or 12 and 8, or whatever. But it could be quite unbalanced, because if it's 13 and 7, you have about twice as many people in one group as you do in the other group. So it's very unbalanced. And so you want a technique that's randomized, but that ensures that's balanced, and that lets you enroll patients as they come in. If you know that you're going to have exactly 20 patients enrolled in the study, you can use, put a bunch of names in a bag, put 10 control little things in a bag, in a hat, 10 treatment in a hat, and pull them out. Follows a hypergeometric distribution. But that fixes the sample size. So if you want to just enroll patients on the fly as they come in, but have it random, so you might not necessarily have 20, you might have 19 or 21 or whatever, that hat method won't work. So one way to do that is what's known as Efrons bias coin, which in that, if there's two things, if I might make a flow chart, equal group sizes. So you have the treatment group and the control group. If it's equal, yes, then you do a coin flip. Control 0.5, treatment. That's known as a coin flip. If it's not equal, then you modify this so the probability is equal to 2/3 favoring the one lacking. I'll explain that in a second. And 1/3 probability that it goes to 1 with the surplus of people, or more people. More. And let me sort of explain what I mean. So, I probably shouldn't have erased that. Let me rewrite that. So the probabilities are, how am I doing on time?
You're 4.5 minutes.
Give me I can wrap this up in another minute. 2/3 to 1 lacking, 1/3 to the 1. I'm going to just say surplus. That word's not really right. So then you have the control and the treatment. So you randomly flip a coin. Both, they have no patients, so it's equal. You do a coin flip. Say it controls heads, this is tails. flip the coin, it goes there. So now they're unequal. Control has one more than treatment. So to randomize that, you now bias the coin to 2/3 this, 1/3 this. The way you implement that in practice is sides, say 1 through 4, favor the one lacking, and sides 5 and 6 favor the control. And then you flip it. That's not how you flip a die. You flip a die. I don't know how to do it on screen. Anyways, you flip the little dice, and it's more likely to be this than that. So now they're equal. You randomly flip a coin, and say it goes there. Now they're unequal, so you bias the coin to be 2/3 probability that it'll land on control, 1/3 probability it'll be here. Then you flip a coin. It might go. It's more likely to land here, but say it lands there. They're unequal. We bias the coin towards the control again. You flip it, and you keep doing it. But you just keep biasing the coin to favor the group lacking people. And that is Efrons bias coin. Thank you. Then you hit